I've got the old truck about a month and a half ago. Ran like a top coming down here, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay, we are here with my buddy Richard and his home built. Hey, Richard, good to see you. How was the drive?
Drive was good.
Drive was good. All right.
Out there in YouTube land.
Yeah. Well, hey, you gotta get that. And your channel is
Rich's Adventures.
Rich's Adventures, and Rich, you can learn how to do wood flooring watching his videos. He does great wood floor work, and obviously he does great truck camper builds. And this is like your second, because you've got your pop-up too that you remodeled.
I remodeled a little bit of it.
Yeah.
This one here is from scratch.
Yeah, this is your swan song.
Yeah. This is the prototype.
Okay.
I already think of some things I would change if I built a new one, but this one's rock solid and did really well.
Okay. Oh, there's your van. See, that's
I started my channel with that.
Yeah.
That 94 Chevy
Yeah.
van. And
yeah.
I ended up with a 94 truck too.
There you go.
94 truck.
I like these 90s trucks.
Look at that. He's got some good rubber on there.
Yes.
I did put, I bought the truck and I did put some new tires on it.
Okay.
I put the exhaust system on it and I put a little stereo in it just so I could
Okay.
have some
go.
tunes.
Okay.
Yeah. Got the truck sounded good. The tunes.
I did.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So it's,
Nice.
it's good.
It's very important to have Paul here too. So let's see it. Now you made this door, right?
I did. I built
Yeah.
this door.
And what's the finish? Is this the plastic?
This is that fiberglass
Okay.
stuff, that shower stuff. You buy at Home Depot,
Right.
Shower tub
Okay.
enclosure.
Sure.
And then this is actually RV siding. Put it
Okay.
in a big roll.
Okay.
Okay. Like a
It's fiberglass.
fiberglass.
It is
Smooth
fiberglass.
fiberglass.
It's like a 1/16 inch of fiberglass
Okay.
laminated to, that mylar foam, the foamular.
Formular.
Foamular. It's got a 1 inch and it's epoxy laminated to that
Okay.
with a little bit of clear fur framing on the inside.
Okay. So the walls are 1 inch thick
1 inch thick.
and foamular. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check.
Same pink foam you buy. Pink foam you buy at Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
Quality, whatever.
I think they call it foamular. I'm not positive.
Okay. And
That
it
stuff they
comes
sell.
with okay, so I kind of missed your description of it. It comes with a surface glued to it,
It
or
comes in 4x8 sheets of
Right.
just
Okay.
foam.
Right.
okay,
And I built a flat stock table.
Okay.
And I pressed these panels
Okay.
into the fiberglass.
Okay.
With epoxy resin.
okay,
West Systems marine epoxy resin.
sure. Did you ever see Andrew Muse videos? Okay, he's a guy that he built more or less a home version of a earth roamer. And it turned out really good. You remember him? Yeah, he pressed his own 2 inch foam walls laminated with like 1/4 inch plywood or something, and did a beautiful job. I mean, it turned out great. So what do we got here? Some maple plywood,
I do.
1/2 inch. That's right. You had 1/4 and you went to half.
That's right. I
Yeah.
mocked it up with 1/4 and I was going to build
Yeah.
it with 1/4, but it was just so flimsy and it wouldn't let me fasten things. I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So I tore those out and used them for patterns. And I was trying to save weight was my
Sure.
whole deal. I was trying to make it as lightweight as possible. But
Yeah,
you gotta have some. You gotta have
Okay. Yeah, you got spring-loaded hinge.
spring-loaded hinges, and I got the little catches in there just
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure they stay shut.
Yeah. And I like you. Is that a walnut trim?
I did. I used walnut. I
Okay.
had some in the shop, so I used a bunch of walnut
Yeah.
and made all my trim.
Yeah, and then you just buy the step.
Yeah, I just bought a step and then found this down at Pacific Industrial. If you live down in Seattle, you know
Sure.
where Pacific Industrial
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And bought a piece. It's a little flimsy. I had another one that I used on my van, but somebody stole it.
Oh, great.
So I made this one real quick right before I left.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to beef that up for my fat ass.
Actually, if you step right in the middle,
Yeah,
you're
step-
fine.
Yeah. Step on the hitch. Okay. Now this is your tie down here, so you got a U-bolt in the
I had to
bed
put
of the truck.
U-bolts on this truck. I
Yeah.
built this around my half-ton truck.
Right.
My 04 half-ton.
Right.
you know, but I wanted 4-wheel drive.
Right.
And it's an 04. I bought it brand new in 04.
Okay.
It's a great truck. It'll haul this camper around no problem, but I
Uh-huh.
want 4-wheel drive.
Right.
So I bought this truck.
Oh yeah,
just
well
for
this camper 4-wheel drive, you're all set for some serious Rich's adventures.
I think I can take it off road. I think I can.
Yeah, so cool. This is really nice, I gotta say. And so then so you've got your eye bolt up here,
I
and
those to the bed of the truck. So
yeah,
tie it down.
yeah. And so then you didn't bring your jacks
I didn't
with
bring
you.
my jacks.
You didn't
I
need
was
the
going
weight.
to, but I didn't want to bring the weight.
Yeah, you didn't need the weight.
And, you know, I figured if I had to take this off, 4 guys could almost lift this thing off of here.
No,
Really?
you've lost weight.
I have.
How much?
I've lost about 30 pounds the last 6
Good for
months.
you. You're looking good there, boy. Yeah. Okay, now was this your propane
It's going to be, but for now it's just storage. I
storage?
didn't want to outfit it with heat just yet. So
Okay.
what I did is I brought, if you look at that little canister right here,
Yeah.
this is actually built for my van.
Right.
This has my little
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
heater.
Wave 3, I
Yeah.
got one of
And
those.
it's got a full 5-gallon
Okay.
5-gallon can of propane.
Sure. Let me hop up
This I
here.
just lift it up and I set it up on top of this at nighttime. And I'm using it because I want to get one of the little diesel heaters is what I wanted.
Okay.
You know, so this is kind of just temporary, portable that I put in here
Yeah.
just to take it on this trip, just to make sure I had some heat.
Yeah. Look at this. I mean, nice job on the upholstering and the carpet on the walls. You
Yeah.
glued all this down.
We
and-
did. Charles actually helped me with that.
Okay.
These are temporary, you know, I just wanted some shades.
Do they pull down?
I found some really, they do, they roll
Okay.
down, but they're just paper.
Sure.
They were like $8. I just put them up temporarily
Yeah.
and those will be changed out with some nice ones later. So
God,
they're
man, this
insulated
is
really well.
nicer than a lot of the crap they're selling.
Yeah.
You know, you got a nice Formica.
I got a Formica kit
Okay.
left over from that little house we built, so I built
Right.
that.
Right.
You know, and it's
Nice.
got, it's got all my 12-volt wiring
Yeah.
here, which all runs
Yeah.
off of this Anchor
Nice.
solar generator.
Yeah, nice hookup on the electrical here. Twin USBs and
I do.
the nice switches, and then this is a great way to do that. You know,
Well, you
is
know,
that the Bluetti or
This one here's an Anchor.
Anchor?
So
Okay.
you know, I stole that from Scout campers. Have you seen the little Scout campers?
No.
Oh my God, you gotta look those up because they
Okay.
want 40 grand for a camper.
Oh, yeah.
Similar to this, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna pay that kind of
So
money.
what's
Yeah.
this thing weigh?
About 800 pounds. Wow. About 800. It doesn't
That's
weigh very much.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's just my little towel holder and get your pots and pans and all your
Yes,
kitchen
there's
utensils. There's my stove.
butane or propane.
That's my propane stove. And
Okay.
you basically set that right up here and
Right.
use it here,
Sure.
or take it out and use it outside.
Okay.
Right.
Or down here I have a little one. Actually, I use this the most.
Right.
I use this little thing the
Oh
most.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's for
okay.
making my coffee and all my stuff.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just use that and keep it handy.
Yeah.
That gets used the most, but I do have one of the little one-burner butanes here
Butane,
also.
I got that.
And I use this a lot too.
I love
and
that.
that's real easy. We use this at the house actually
Right.
too.
Oh,
I cook at home with this
Yeah.
more than I use my electric
Right.
stove.
Right. Yeah, I've got one of those, and I've got a 2-burner propane one for outside use.
So look up. You got what else? What
So
else
that's
is in
my,
here?
my bucket porta potty. You know,
Okay.
we got my bucket
Okay.
porta potty and
Okay.
just more storage there.
Okay.
And when you take this out of here, this piece here is actually removable, so you can get to the hatches on the inside for
All
the
right.
tie downs on
Sure.
both sides.
Okay.
And this one here, you know, you can actually access this through those cubbies, or this whole thing just lifts up, and you
Yeah.
can get down into that whole storage
Wow,
like that
look at
too.
the storage.
You know,
But
so
then you can reach down. Well, the back one you don't.
back you
can
don't
get
have
to
to,
it
but up here you got to get up inside here to get to tie
Yeah,
that down.
yeah.
So that works pretty good.
And then
there.
just for kicks, show me your tank in there.
Okay, yeah. So this is actually made. This is the top of it.
Yeah.
It's actually the console in my van. It goes in between the seats in my van.
Oh, okay.
You know, in my Chevy van.
Okay.
And then it has a
Oh.
nice top on it that's carpeted with the purple carpet
Okay.
like I have in my van.
Well, that's cool. You're
know.
two-timing on your van.
So it's a double use thing, and I made it so you could actually take it out and put it in a tent if you were like tent
okay.
camping or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that.
Well,
But this trip I didn't really want to put the heat in because I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how I want to do
Right.
it yet. So this is going to be this is a secondary source of heat.
so what's in the fridge?
Then in the fridge, just basically, you know, I got my burger.
Leftover steak.
I cooked up burger last night, so
Sure.
I got I'm gonna have that for lunch, or I waited until lunch. You know, I'm only eating 2 meals a day, so I have
Right.
a banana in the morning, and then I'll have my lunch, which is gonna be my leftover burger meat.
Okay. What time is lunch usually?
Right now.
Right now,
I
baby.
got it. I wanted to make sure I get here. It's right about noon.
And then you
So
got
that-
your little tune TV here.
Yeah, so this works on 12 volt or
Sure.
110.
Okay.
And so does the TV here.
Right.
You know, I got the TV hooked up with a USB, so really I just hook my phone up to it and I play everything through my phone and watch it on the big screen.
Wow.
Because I can't stand watching a little teeny screen all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
this makes me feel like I'm at home kind
Yeah.
of. That's how
Yeah.
I watch YouTube at home. Because I don't watch regular TV anymore. I just watch
No,
YouTube.
it's so much garbage. Huh. Okay, so what do you do for a faucet here?
The faucet, let me show you that. I just tanked up before I came in here.
Okay.
This is just a gravity fed, and I got this from
Sure.
Scout too. Scout actually takes their tank.
Oh, you got a tank up there. Okay.
They actually mount their tank up here on the wall. It sticks
Okay.
out here.
Right.
But I took mine. I just set it up to where you.
Okay. Okay.
And when you're underway, you know, I try to. But there you go. There's your
Oh,
sink.
there you go.
Yeah.
And that just drains out the back into a bucket.
Genius.
Is that pretty cool?
Genius.
Yeah. So where'd you
Yeah.
get this?
I just bought it off of.
Yeah.
I bought this whole camper off of Amazon. Everything
Okay.
you see, I bought off Amazon, except for the wood.
I kind of like that because I've got one of the blue 7-gallon ones.
I got one of those too.
But this I like because it's well, how many gallons is that?
6 gallons.
That's pretty
It's
fine.
6.
Yeah, and
And I
I
have
like
one of
that.
those. I have
I
one
like
of
that
those blue
setup
ones that
better.
you're talking about that I got at Walmart.
And I
It's
like,
in the cab.
Yeah, I like that though.
I
It's
keep it
more
on that side
compact.
to even out my
Yeah.
ballast
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit.
Right.
Yeah, smarter
That's
than
kinda
the
cool.
average bear. So we got
12 volt lights up
12
here.
volt and their LED.
I did. They
and
came.
over here.
They came with incandescents. I swapped them all out.
Right.
with
Yeah,
LEDs.
yeah.
Right.
You know, and this here, when I'm hooked up to shore power, you know, of course, I have a plug outside, and
Sure.
I got 110 in here, and I put
Sure.
another 110 down in there, so I can plug these units in if I'm ever hooked up for a long period of time.
Utensils and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
just my kitchen
Yeah,
supplies, all my
yeah.
stuff
TV
like that.
remote. Yeah, more chow coffee, pots, pans.
That's it. All
Excellent.
Your, all your basic
Cooking
stuff.
with
Hold on,
cast
hold on.
iron.
I seen coffee.
Uh-oh.
Let's see
There
what
you
we
go.
got. here.
Got the peach
Pete's.
going on.
Ooh,
Dark
Major
roast. That's good.
Dickinson.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
Major?
Major
what's it?
Dickinson.
Major. Yeah.
That's good coffee.
It is good. The coffee I've been buying lately is that Fidalgo dark
Oh.
roast.
Not bad.
It's at Freddy's.
That works.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't tell what my last one was because you might be PG on there, so I can't say I used that Groundworks bitches brew.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gonna have to take that.
Yeah,
Here's something.
he's been talking about bitches brew for
That's
2
good
months.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right, so, you know, my buddy Pat at home, he didn't like the idea that I didn't put a settee in here, you know, because it's a small
Oh,
camper.
like a
A little settee, a little
what do you
place
call
to
that,
sit me, a little dinette,
dinette.
you know. But
This
you know,
is-
I noticed
I don't
when I
like
used
dinettes.
my pop-up all those years, we didn't use the table.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted a full day bed here. 'cause
Right.
This is
Yeah.
where I sleep. I don't sleep up there.
Really?
I sleep down here.
Well, yeah, it's a little.
It's a little
that-
small up there.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, you know,
It's a little tight. You can do
tight.
it, but it's a little tight.
Yeah.
But he
Right.
said, well, you don't have a place to eat. So, you know, I incorporated this into my camper. So you reach down here, like that. I got a table.
show
Look at
off.
that.
Right here. And I
Look
can
at
eat. I can eat, or this is a
Sweet.
workstation for
Yeah.
your computer.
Right.
You know, you can sit right here and do all that
Sweet.
stuff. So
Yeah.
that was
You know,
something that
here,
my
hold
buddy
that for a
Pat
second,
kind of.
please. Thank you. So, you know, if it was me, I'd be on the edge of the seat like this.
Yeah, I can do that too. Matter of fact, I haven't actually used it, but I put it in there just in case somebody
Right.
needs it. But if you're actually working on stuff like your computer,
Oh, yeah.
this would be the
Yeah.
more
Oh, yeah.
ergonomically
Yeah.
correct way to
Right.
do it. Down
Or
here.
Yeah.
sitting there.
And see-
Or two
Yeah.
people could sit, like where
Right.
Jeff is, and I'm.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could sit here and we could have a dinner.
And
Sweet.
again, you see how nice all of this woodwork in here is.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Richard Erickson, Sound Floors in Seattle.
Oh,
That's who you want to call.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did lots of floors
Yes.
for Blights Construction.
Yes.
Right.
And I was just
Richard-
telling Charles about that. the
boy.
other day. You know, I met your brother, like when they were
Baseball,
when they
yeah.
were 5 years old.
Yeah,
The two kids were
wow.
5 years old, and
Uh-huh.
you know, and Mitch he's a little more domesticated than you are. You know what I mean? He's married. He got his.
No,
he got,
Mitch is not more domestic.
What I'm saying is,
Mitch has the Mitch is the temper guy.
but you know, I gravitated more towards you a little bit in older age here because you do this because the boondocking thing.
Right.
These
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
guys we watch, You know, but I love Mitch. You know.
Mitch is awesome.
Great guy.
Great pianist, guitar player now.
Yep.
Did you bring your guitar?
I did not bring my guitar,
You-
but you know my little Yamaha.
he's got-
I've got a
amplifier.
guitar that I don't
Somebody's
even
got
know
a
how to
guitar
play. You
that-
can borrow if you
That you
have.
can borrow that
Yeah.
hasn't even been touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, Mitch played it.
Oh, well,
And Rick
touched
played
by
it.
you.
Yeah. Rick played it.
You haven't even fondled it or nothing?
No, I have. It's just, I don't play. I need to learn.
Yeah, you gotta,
I know a couple.
I know a couple chords.
Yeah. I think Kelly knows more than I do.
this is my entertainment system right up in
Oh,
here.
wow,
So I
check
got
Oh,
that
okay.
my Bluetooth
Yeah.
speaker goes here, and I
Yeah.
can put my little Yamaha amplifier
Right.
up there.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I just figured this
Yeah,
goes
my
on.
my
You can't
music
even
setup
see
is a
forward
Sony MP3 player
There's
and a
all those little
Bose speaker.
cubbies too.
Right.
For
Oh,
clothes
wow,
and stuff
check
like
it out.
that up forward.
Yeah, you got to use every square inch.
Well, having lost 30 pounds, I'd say you can probably fit up there a lot
I
better
can
now.
fit up here, but the configuration is not the
Yeah.
greatest. I can do
It might have been good to have it like a little curve down out there.
Well,
Well, then you're messing with
A little harder to work
aerodynamics and
with.
stuff.
what I would have done is taken this tangent point right here
Yeah.
and brought it forward another foot and a
Right,
half.
Okay.
Then came down and then snapped
Yeah,
it off,
right.
and then you would have lots of room.
Right.
Because this is built. This platform was originally built for a full-size bed. A full-size mattress would fit up here.
Right.
Right.
But I shortened it up because it got so narrow
Oh.
up there that I shortened it up and put a twin-size mattress.
Yeah.
Right.
That way, and made cubbies out of the front.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
So it looks like the roof has a slight slope forward to it, doesn't
no, it's just square. It's all
No,
square back
yeah.
here.
it? Okay.
pretty- yeah, it looks
Yeah, it just looks like there's a little bit
that
of
might
slope
be a little
there.
I think it's because of
That might
this.
be my cabinet work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just that the visual.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really.
No,
do
but it does all. It's all one piece. The whole top is one piece fiberglass from that corner all the way to the nose. So
Okay.
water does roll off the front,
Right,
and there's just
right.
a little lip in the back where it
Right.
rolls off to the
Right.
back.
So very little chance of a leak. Well, I got to tell you, Richard, I am more impressed. I was already expecting to be impressed, but you have far surpassed yourself.
It's a micro camper, man. When
Yeah.
I saw those Scout campers for $40,000,
Oh,
I said,
yeah. Yeah.
I can do something.
Yeah.
I've done some stuff in my
So
life.
what do you figure you got in this?
Well, I personally have $3,000 or $4,000 in materials in it, and a bunch of labor. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
you do something. You got it's
Well,
mostly labor. Yeah.
Take the materials, double it, and that's your labor.
Yeah.
These days,
But
you
even
triple
at
it.
that,
At
I
least,
mean,
probably.
the thing of it is though, with something built like this, it's not it's not so much the money and all, but it's like it's built better. It's built to you. You can't. I mean, you can spend the money and still it isn't. It's like I see like some of these Sprinter rigs, and like one of those Revels, and it's like a Winnebago Sprinter deal, 4-wheel drive and all that. Even if I had 180 grand, I wouldn't buy that. Because I've seen them inside. It's like, nah. I would get something like my own and do maybe something different, but I still would never even be like within a tenth of that. What do we got for juice here?
It's got
1,000,
2,000.
2,000.
It's a 2,000 watt inverter built into
Right.
I don't know exactly how many amp hours that thing has.
Now,
Yeah, 'cause I
is
think what
there-
they do is they do like watt hours, and you
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
convert it to amp hours.
I actually built. I was putting a bit of smaller one in there,
Uh-huh.
but my son's friend is moving to Japan and he had this, so he gave me a
Oh,
good deal on it. So I
right.
bought it and made it work.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's really a little bigger than what I had anticipated to put in there. But I got it.
If it
It's
does
in
the
there.
job,
I've noticed though, when in that cold snap we had in Seattle, that thing it dies on you. It will not take a charge and it will not power up your stuff if it's freezing out.
No,
Right,
well,
right,
but
right.
that's lithium is
Right.
It should be able to power, but it's not good to charge.
Well, you know
when
what
it's
I've noticed
cold.
that about my my bicycle. My e-bike, it's got one of those batteries. And I notice, like even here, when I leave it out and the temperature drops at nighttime, it does. It starts losing some juice and stuff. Yeah, this is sweet. I like this.
It's livable.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
that's what.
I try to keep it as lightweight and
Yeah,
I
but I
built-
mean, 800 pounds.
basically I built this thing like an upside down little boat. A little
Well,
barge kind
you know what I've always joked about? The high tops,
Yeah.
you know, like on my van.
Yeah.
If you look at that thing,
You're right.
flip it over, what does that look like? It looks like a little boat.
It sure does.
And I'll
Yeah.
bet you $10 that someone did that. You know, they had
Yeah.
the, you know, the mold for a boat and whatever, and then one guy was
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what, if we flip this thing over, what would it...
Well, you know, Richard, you could probably do that. You know, get a panel for the door there for a transom, flip this over, and you got to go camping.
Yeah,
you got
we
a
got
boat.
Barge. Little barge.
There
Yeah,
you
we're
go.
going out for some trout today.
I went for the waterproof, lightweight, and strong. So,
Yeah.
you know, I used waterproof glue on everything. I
Right.
used good ACX plywood
Yeah.
everywhere. I didn't really use marine plywood, but good ACX.
Right.
Well, this looks like it's cabinet
This
plywood.
is cabinet ply. This
Yeah.
is not ACX.
But, I mean, marine plywood is
it's
very
7
similar.
ply. It's 7 ply.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, it's good. And
It's
that's,
actually, if you want to include the veneer, it's 9 ply.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So it's pretty good
Yeah,
plywood.
it is.
Right.
It's very good. Got a couple of little tear outs in it, which always happens and sucks.
Yeah.
But
Huh?
well, you know, there's
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah,
saw
that
always
happens when
bumps.
I-
You already
Oh.
puttied that, and
A little bit.
yeah,
Hey, things like that, that's called character.
it is.
You
It
know?
is.
I mean, if you're in an RV or whatever, you know, if you're in it for a while, you're going to bang a little,
Yeah.
you know, bang something
had
against that, you know. Or,
And
I
the-
brought
worry
some
about
putty
that.
with me.
yeah. And these are just wood on wood slide, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Except for here, I had to do a little angle, a little aluminum. If you look at this to get my double whammy,
Yeah.
I had my wood slide, and then I put another
Oh,
little piece of
okay.
angled
Oh,
aluminum
yeah.
there.
That's a
Yeah.
good
so that they
idea,
weren't
though.
independent of
Right.
each other.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you got to have something for.
Yeah. Well, I've done that
Otherwise you're
aluminum
gonna wear
trick
the wood,
before. It
you
works
know.
good.
Yeah, you're gonna wear the
That
wood.
took some
otherwise, so-
brainstorming.
Oh, so do you have solar on her now?
I have a portable solar panel
Portable?
Okay, you
right
got
here
like
underneath my mattress. And I'm going to put it
okay.
up right now.
Yeah.
Is it,
like 200, 400?
Tokyo.
So it's like, oh, okay, it's one of the like foldable type ones.
Yeah.
Just this little.
Those are
thing.
all right. Yeah.
It goes. It was what I bought for my van.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I utilized as much as I could from my van. So this is
Yeah.
my little portable setup
Right.
for my
Yeah.
van. But it'll plug right into the back of that
Right.
and
Sure.
Right.
charge that up.
Right. That's
Or
all.
it comes with a
It looks like it's 200.
Yeah, it's 200 watts.
yeah, it's a 200 watt.
Yeah.
Those are actually pretty good. They're rated
Yeah,
all
but
right.
it's going to take a while to charge.
It's gonna take a
2,000.
while.
Well, yeah.
But
Out
hey,
here
as
in
long
the
as,
sun, you got
as
all
long as you got a
day.
little trickle coming in.
Yep.
Because that thing there will actually power. This is the main thing it powers.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the main
right.
thing. It'll power this for a week with a full
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know.
That's pretty good.
Will that take that'll plug into 124 charge, right?
Yeah, 120.
Yeah.
If I have
Okay.
120, I
Yeah.
plug it in right there.
Yeah.
And if I have solar here, or
Yeah.
I can plug it into 12 volt. That's
Yeah.
12
Right.
volts. I can plug it into a cigarette.
Right.
lighter.
So all you need
You can
is
charge it
a
through the-
inverter off the truck, and you can charge that.
While I'm driving.
You bet.
Yeah.
I sure
you
can.
bet.
Yeah.
Just make sure you shut it off or have an auto switch,
Right.
right,
Right.
so that you don't keep charging it when you're parked
Sitting still.
somewhere.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, so very, very cool. I don't know what other
This is sweet.
what other smart questions would somebody ask in a case like this? Anything else you want to say about it?
That's about
Got
it.
the
You
fan.
covered
Okay.
everything.
Where
I got
did
my
my-
fantastic
Yeah,
fan, my
yeah.
3-speed, thermostatically controlled.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, so
You
it
got
actually
the rain sensor one, or is it the?
not rain sensor, but
Because I didn't do that. Because what I did with mine was it's got a cover,
Right.
external rain cover,
Oh, right.
and so I was like, it's this much more for that, and that one was like $50 or
Yeah.
something. So I don't, I can leave it open. And
Right.
I don't have to worry about it unless it's sideways rain or something. I've had a couple times where I did have to close it down a little bit.
so you've got a thermal break here. It looks like in the closet you can see the
Oh, okay.
pink
There's
foam
your-
ceiling
There's
and then
right.
definitely a little
strips.
air gap between
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wood and
yeah.
the insulation in the
Yeah.
top. It has
Yeah.
1 inch insulation
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I did hang this down 1/2 of an inch. I was
Okay.
gonna put some of that, that thin silver looking insulation.
Reflectix?
Oh yeah,
I was going to put a
reflectors.
layer of that in there, and I always could. These panels are removable. You
Okay.
can get up in there and do some work if you
Yeah.
need
You know, this will probably be just dandy the way
for
it
what I'm
is.
going to use it for. This
Yeah,
little heater
yeah.
here, it cranks this thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally have my vent almost
this-
halfway open and a
Right.
window open.
For this
Yeah.
size, see, I've got the same. I've got one of those Wave 3s in my van,
Yeah.
and it's good, you know, because what I got a little bit, you know, I got more height and space in there. So, you know, what I generally do with the Wave 3 is like, say, in the evening when I go in there, and it's like about, say, 58 or so.
Right.
I can turn that on low,
Right.
and it'll keep the temperature in the low 60s, which is perfect.
Right.
And I've got a Mr. Buddy, you know, like the middle one,
Right.
and I use it for like in the morning,
Right.
like when it's cold, you know, I can turn that on. It kind of gets it up to temp.
Sure.
But yeah, I was like just before the diesel heater craze type
Yeah.
deal, so I didn't really get into that. And I don't really want to, you know, tear my whole thing apart to figure out how to put it in, and you know, so I figure I'll do that on another thing, you know.
Here's one other thing. You know, this has a bigger sink than you might find in a little camper like this.
Well, it's deep.
Oh yeah,
It's a big and it's a deep,
Deep.
because that's where I wash my hair and that's where you take
Yeah.
your sponge
Oh,
bath
okay.
and
Yep.
everything,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted a bigger sink, not just a little dinky thing.
Right.
I put a little dinky one in my van. It's kind of useless.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
those, and
I'm
they're
gonna
worthless.
put a-
Where's it drain?
This drains to a bucket,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
holding tank that would
Yeah.
be outside.
Right.
So I do not have an inside holding tank.
Right, I saw. You can see the hose if you look in the
Okay.
side between the
You would
truck
put a
and the
bucket
camper.
outside.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you never want to just drain it right into the ground.
No.
Yeah, I
no,
use a collapsible little just sink like
Yeah.
thing. You know,
Yeah.
I
it works
have one
for
in
me
my-
because I didn't want to give up any of my counter space.
Right.
I got 4 feet. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to give up even an inch of it. Well, I got my stove. I got like one of your butane stoves,
Right.
and I've got it on the end of the sink, or
Sure.
the end of the counter.
Yeah.
And it's not permanent, but I got like little 1-inch squares to kind of, you know, slide it in
Sure.
so it don't go in. So I didn't want to lose anything. So that's what I do. I got like a collapsible dish pan.
Yeah.
You know, and it works fine. I only got like a couple things I use it for.
And see, I have a 20-gallon black tank and a 25-gallon gray tank.
You have a regular full RV camper.
I've got a regular full RV camper.
You have a big double. Man, looking up in your berth up there, it's big enough for a. You know, you
yeah.
can sleep a small family up there.
Right.
Hey,
2 adults and a couple small kids.
me, Kelly, and 2 cats.
Yeah.
You used to take Jacob out in it too when he was young.
Yeah, I did. Took him out when he was big too, and
Yeah, just,
it didn't work as well when he was
last
big.
year. Oh yeah, it's a whole lot different.
The bigger
Takes
they
a
get,
bit more space.
the more they
now.
want their own space. And so he spent the night out on the table with a sleeping bag.
Well, you know, towards the end, the last couple trips when I went with Mitch and the kids,
Yeah.
my kids and his kids,
Yeah.
you know, the kids all went out in the tents outside.
Right.
You know, and then
Right.
we would stay. I would stay in my
Right.
my pop up.
Right.
You know, I love the pop-up camper. Unfortunately, it just gets too heavy. We got to put the solar on it. It just got too heavy. and
Oh,
hard for me to
right.
pick up and down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But now you still have it though.
Oh, yeah, I
right?
gave it to Charles. That's
Oh, you
his.
did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got
Well,
Charles.
that's awfully
It
nice,
fits
Dad.
great on his truck. That
Yeah.
big Dodge of his.
Oh,
It just looks puny on that truck.
You know-
Well, just to wrap up here, we could talk all day, and we probably will. But look at this. He's got this thing set up beautifully. He's on a little 4-wheel drive Silverado 2500. I'm not sure what the year of it is. It's got the 60/40 front bench. Okay, so here is Richard's outside hose to the gray tank, which there's the
it's
end of
got
the
a cap
hose,
on
and
it.
then you just put a.
It's got a cap on it for
Got
the
it.
Washington DOT.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Make sure everything's legal on the video.
Absolutely. Well, everything is legal. The other thing Richard was going to do differently, the only thing he was going to do differently really was to bring the top farther forward and then down, because it's just a little tight for sleeping in the bed area. And about from a foot forward, that's reaching storage there. So his mattress is like 36 or 48 inches wide, and I think it said 7 feet long. And then those 4 brackets on top are going to be to mount solar panels. So good deal. Okay, well, this is going to wrap. I could keep videoing all day long, but people are only going to watch so much. Okay, so see you on the next video.